up, guys? If you're looking to support the LocsNLoad YouTube channel, I would like for you guys to go to LocsNLoadFirearms.com and support the channel that way by purchasing a t-shirt or one of the other merches on there. If you're looking to support the Wagunda Nation store, go to WagundaNation.net and pick up a patch, a hat, or a t-shirt again from one of our Teespring stores on the site. If you're looking to get firearm instruction for me, LocsNLoadFirearmInstruction.com. If you also want to know about certain things before you buy it, LocsNLoad consultation service on that same website will get you right. If you also want to support the LocsNLoad Firearm channel, go to Patreon, become a member. $1 gets you in, $5 gets you more access, $10 gets you all that, plus help support the channel. So guys, get in there, rock it out. LocsNLoad out. What up, y'all? LocsNLoad Firearm Reviews here today. Alright guys, today I got an educational video for you guys that should help out a lot of you guys, especially if you own an AR15. And this video is on the two main types of ammunition you're going to most likely encounter as an AR15 owner. And so today I'm going to talk about the differences between M855 and M193. So let's find out the difference. All right, rolling?
Rolling.
All right, 12.5 at 250. All right, welcome back. So like I said, we got two main types of AR-15 ammunition you're most likely going to encounter out there. So we got the main kind, which is your Fmj ammo, so which is normally M193 or XM193. There's typically a 55 grain bullet, full metal jacket with a boat tail, so you'll see FMJ-BT, so full metal jacket dash boat tail. And then you got this one, 62 grain M855. And that green tip means it has a steel penetrator. And I'm gonna break down, the differences, the whys, basically in the four categories. I got, the history of them, where they came from, self-defense, what they're used for, the differences, and which is best, because everybody wants to know which is best. So let's get right into it. I did my own little book report, so I'm gonna be reading off my little report. Most of the information is either coming from Pew Pew Tactical or Weiners. Hopefully I said that right. I like the way they read the articles. They had a lot of information on here. So let's get to it. All right, so you got M855, which is easily identifiable by its green tip, right? You'll see it sometimes on the box, green tip. All right, and so the M855 cartridge is designed to improve long-range performance and penetration. The 62 grain full metal jacket boat tail is relatively long for its weight and requires a faster twist rate, which is why you'll see with these, they tell you really you should use a 1 in 7 or a 1 in 8 twist, a faster twist rate to help stabilize a little bit heavier bullet, that 62 grain bullet. All right. And because of this primary ability to penetrate, not necessarily like body armor, like shit like that, it's mostly supposed to penetrate, wood, soft barriers like plywood, plywall and shit, jungle brush. Not necessarily to go like metal to metal type shit as everyone kind of thinks when they hear penetrator. There's like, oh, he's behind 3 inches of steel. I ain't just fire one of these things through it and it's gonna go through all that. Not necessarily, no. But it will penetrate better than the XM193 or the M193, right? And so because of that, that reason of it being able to penetrate better than the ammunition they were using at the time, the M193s, this round was adopted by the United States and a lot of NATO countries in 1982. But even though, like I said, it's not armor piercing, it does penetrate thin metal, thick clothing, brush cover effectively. All right, so this bullet is basically an 80% lead core with a they say 7-grain steel tip. I'm not sure the actual weight, but I know it does have a steel tip. So it's mostly a lead core bullet with a steel tip, right? And so the ammunition penetrates so well that it devastates steel targets and protective backdrops. So a lot of ranges, especially if they're indoor ranges, they're not gonna let you shoot this green tip stuff because how it's designed to penetrate stuff. And also, it's been known to cause sparks, which can cause fires, which is another reason it's not very used in indoor ranges, right? And sometimes even outdoor ranges. If it's a place where it's like grass fires are common, they may not let you use tracers or steel penetrators, things that create sparks and can cause a fire. So that's something to take into consideration too. All right, so that is M855 in a nutshell. Now, M193, which is honestly probably the most common type of bullet you are going to find. All right, so Tula, Monarch, American Eagle, all of them people, Hornady, they're all making, pretty much everybody makes M193. All right, so M193 was made in the 60s. So this was the original round that the AR15 was designed for. It is a 55-grain bullet, whereas the M855 is a 62-grain bullet. All right, so it's a 55-grain copper jacketed round, full metal jacket. That was the primary ammo for the M16 back in Vietnam. All right, so when they made this round, at the time it was using, the AR-15s were using a 1 in 12 twist rate. Nowadays it's either 1 in 9, 1 in 8, or 1 in 7. All right, so with that 1 in 12, while they were still able to maintain some accuracy, they were losing a lot of velocity out of that round, which translated to, when you hit your target, you are not delivering the amount of energy you should, or it's less energy into that target. What that means, your round may not fragment inside the person like it should. You might not be delivering enough force to really knock them off their feet or deliver a blow to them, right? And so if you really follow stories on Vietnam and AR-15, there's actually quite a few accounts of soldiers, using this round on the Viet Cong, the NVA, and getting little to no effect out of those targets. They'll hit them multiple times and the person will just simply turn around and look at them, right, and still be able to fight back. I heard some of those same stories. You look at Somalia, they were saying the same thing. You look at Afghanistan and Iraq, even when they were using M855, they were still getting those same reports. But there's a lot more when they're using this round back in Vietnam. All right, another issue, like I said, is a lightweight grain bullet, 55 grains. All right, reading, it says it did not allow the projectile to cause much damage as it penetrated light cover, thick jungle brush, or thick clothing, as well as the M855, because it's designed to penetrate. This was not necessarily designed to penetrate, but more so fragment inside the person. All right, and that's what I was pretty much just finished up the last part. It's designed to fragment inside the body, which was really one of the main selling points about this round, was that yes, it's lightweight, but the damage it does when it fragments inside the body is devastating. And so that's the main selling point of the M193. All right, now into self-defense, because why are you buying bullets? Obviously to shoot something with it. That's what guns are for. They're not just to sit there on your desk and look pretty. It's to protect, defend, whatever you want to say is used to kill, basically. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. It's designed to kill, whether you're hunting, self-defense, or you're defending your country. You're killing something, right? And so what round is best for killing something? Well, that's kind of hard to really answer for you guys. It depends on what you're killing. All right, so let's talk about it. M193, you got a lightweight grain bullet. Nowadays, it's, with the quicker twist rates, the 1-in-9s and whatnot, you're not losing as much velocity. So velocity wise, this one is coming out of the barrel about 3,000 feet per second. This one's coming out of the barrel about 3,200 feet per second. So it's coming out a little bit faster, right? And so again, this is designed to hit the body and fragment inside the body. This is designed to hit a barrier, go through that barrier, hit the body, then fragment inside the body, right? So that's how it's supposed to go. But the problem is, it's a lightweight bullet. So yes, it'll go in the body, fragment, but it may not be causing as much damage, as this, right? Because it's a heavier bullet. But at the same time, because this is a penetrator, it's got a steel penetrator. If it's not hitting a hard target, wood, steel, thick brush, and it just hits a soft body, it's more likely to just hit the body, go straight through the body, and continue on, right? Whereas this, can it? Yes, it can. It can still go through the body and, hit somebody else, but it's less likely to do so because it's more so designed to fragment when it hits the body. So when it comes into what should I use for self-defense, again, I can't answer that for you, because if somebody's wearing body armor, this is not really going to work. Granted, is this going to penetrate body armor? It's more likely it can, but if they're using level 3 plus level 4, then it's not going to go through because those are designed for these rounds. So Locs, you're not really helping us out here. I'm sorry guys, but that's really the truth. This bullet, yes, it will kill someone, but it's more likely to pass through, which is what you don't want for self-defense. This round may not be delivering as much energy, but you will not have to worry about it pass through as much. So I guess if you had to say what should I use for self-defense in a house, I'd probably go M193 in a house. But if I'm looking for a life of liberty, like, oh my god, zombies, Russians falling from the sky or some shit, then I'm definitely gonna want some green tip because they may have some armor. I might be shooting through barriers, who knows. And so what I typically do, this is me, so what I typically do is that when I go to the store, I will buy 80 rounds. Again, it's not consistent, but I'll just give you a number. If I'm buying 100 rounds, I will buy 80 rounds of M193, and I'll buy 20 rounds of M855. And so what I do, this is my range ammo, right? And then I'll save this and stockpile this ammo, right? So hopefully that helps. Basically, if I'm in the house, I'm gonna use M193. But if I'm stepping out and I'm going outside, I'm gonna use green tip. Because again, I'm not sure what I'm going to be getting into, so I want a round that's going to be able to account for a whole bunch of things. This, I know, is designed to fragment in the body and not have to worry about pass through, so I will most likely use this round in the house, and this will be in my car gun. Alright, that's how I do it. Again, you don't have to do it, but that's how LocsNLoad does it. Alright, Locs, what is the difference between these two? I know you talked about one is a steel penetrator, one really isn't, one more fragments inside the body. But is there anything else really difference between these? Not too much. Like I said, I've already explained the velocities. Yes, the M193 is coming out a little bit faster because it's more of a lightweight bullet. Alright, but besides that, they're almost kind of identical. They use the same type of jacket, same primers. I'm sure they use the same powders. The only real difference is the actual projectiles, and that's it. So when it comes to differences, besides the projectiles, they're about the same. And again, it's hard to really differentiate, but let's say if you want to shoot long range and actually have like less effect of the wind and bullet drop on your bullet, then I would go with this. But if you're just looking for the cheapest value just to shoot through your gun because you really just be plinking and you want to stockpile ammo, then I'll go with M193. Alright, and so that's really the main difference. M193 is flying a little bit faster, than M855, but M855 is going to be able to penetrate a bit more than M193. All right. And then on top of that, M193 is a bit cheaper than the M855 because, you know, you're asking for a little bit more out of the M855, so that's going to cost a little bit more. All right, Locs, why the change? All right, so, you know, from the gripes and complaints of the Vietnam War and how the M193 was, you know, inflicting damage upon their enemy, what happened was that FN Herstall went to working on a new round, especially after Vietnam, because after Vietnam, America and the Soviet Union were starting to, right? We're not friends, fuck you, fuck you. And so when FN Herstall started working on a new NATO round, after a few years, they were able to come out with the M855, right? But when they came out with this round, there were complaints about it, especially from the first Gulf War in Somalia, that the rounds were having pass-throughs. They weren't really inflicting damage on the target. From those reports, the military has now designed a new round, which I'll probably do a video in the future because I don't have the actual bullet. It is the M855-1A. All right, and so that would be a future reference in another video. But hopefully, guys, that's the video, and this video hopefully explained to you the difference between M855 green tip and M193 FMJ. So when you go out and you're looking for AR15 ammo, remember, you got green tip and you got FMJ. So what do you need? Are you looking to penetrate things? Are you looking for something that is going to be able to penetrate wood, thin metal, thick clothing, jungle brush? Then you're going to want M855. If you're not really dealing with all that and you just want ammo, then I would go M193. All right, guys, hopefully that video educates you something. I know it's a very basic beginner video, but that's what we need, because a lot of beginners, especially now, especially after COVID, there's probably more beginners out there than, you know, people out there doing all that tactical shit. And so we cannot ignore those beginners. We want to make sure, especially us gun owners who are in the know, who've been around here, people know us, we really need to help out the beginners and not just focus on people at our level. All right, so guys, thank you for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay dangerous, and LocsNLoad out.